You are bored. Maybe you're bored of Roblox, bored of gaming, or you're just bored of whatever it may be. But don't worry, today is the day your boredom will end. Because I found 5 top quality Roblox games that will cure your boredom. And don't worry, I'm not going to include RNG games or brain rot or tower defense simulators. So the first game we have is Project Remix. Now, what I'm about to say might be controversial, but this is one of the best FPS games on Roblox. And here's why. This game allows you to make your custom build with countless weapons, abilities, and ultimates for you to pick, which is the coolest thing that I've ever seen in an FPS game, and I think you'll love it. But when I say there's a lot of weapons, I mean it, because you can pick from close range weapons, guns, and even weapons from other games. And to make things even better, this game also has countless different game modes like team deathmatch, crowns, free-for-all, literally anything that you would want in an FPS game. But what will shock you is that this game only averages about 50 players. A game of this quality, this elegance, this beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna stop the glazing because people are gonna think I got paid. But yeah, this might be the most underrated Roblox game out of any Roblox game out there, because this game has just so much quality, so much gameplay, so much to it, but only 50 players. But if you disagree and you think you have another game that's even more underrated, be sure to comment it down below so I can actually try it out. But the next game I have on our list is a game I see everyone recommending, so it must be pretty good. And spoiler alert, it is. This game is Guts and Black Powder. But if you don't know what this game's about, imagine there was a big zombie apocalypse, but in the 1800s. So forget about your modern guns and technology, because you're gonna have to fight the zombies with the good old muskets and sabers. Because of all these limitations and whatnot, this game requires strategy, so brain cells. Well, I'm not saying that playing this game will make you smarter, but I'm saying you're going to have to use a little bit of your brain, which is like blasphemy to the Roblox top page. But hey, if your brain got smushed from playing Souls RNG too much, there's actually a way to play this game without using your brain. Just bring an M16 to the battlefield. Yup, if you're in a private server, you can just whip out your modern technology and shred through the zombies. I did this with my friends and it was very easy but funny at the same time, so there's that too. So overall, it's a very cool game idea and it's so much fun to play with friends. But now it's time for me to trigger the community again by giving this game a rating. And I give this game a rating of an 8 out of 10. Actually, now that I'm editing, I want to give this game an 8.5 out of 10 instead. The only reason why it's not a 9 or a 10 is because I just simply don't like zombie games. That's literally it. For a game to get a 9 or a 10, it has to be a game that I would go play over and over again. For me, this is a game I can rely on to give me a good experience, but it's also an experience I would visit once or twice a week. I know this rating isn't facts-based, it's more of like an opinion. So if you disagree with this rating or any ratings that come later in the video, just let me know why you disagree in the comments. But if you thought my rating was controversial, you are not ready for the next game I'm about to introduce you guys. Alright, so now the controversial game in question is work at a pizza place. I already know some of you guys are trying to unsubscribe, leave a bad comment, or whatever it may be, but hear me out first. I think everyone knows that this game is about working at a pizza place because it's one of the most well-known games of all time. But the reason why I included this game is because, well, this is one of the best games to play when you're bored. Whether you're someone who likes a relaxing experience and just want to bang out some pizzas, or you're someone who likes to troll and get bugs on the pizza, poison your customers with food poisoning, and put your coworkers in an 800-degree oven, whoever you are, this game is for you. And before you think that everyone playing this is a kid, go join a VC server and see all the chaos that happens. It's honestly pretty funny. But this might be controversial because this game doesn't have insane graphics and crazy action-packed gameplay with all these bright flashing lights and whatnot. But in my opinion, a fun idea doesn't need all of those things to be fun. So what I'm trying to say is, don't knock it until you try it. I know this is a mainstream game and people get triggered when I mention games that everyone knows, but trust me, this is my go-to game to play when I'm bored. It's so fun to play with friends, or a game to play to find new friends. It's just so good. It's a solid 8 out of 10 though. I'm not gonna rate it any higher than Guts and Black Powder because I feel like that'd be a daylight robbery. But like I said, an 8 is a pretty high score, and I feel like this game deserves an 8 because there's just so many things you can do in this game. You can make your house and host parties in them. You can hang out and make new friends. You can make pizzas and do your job, or you can also troll and then ruin people's lives. But I get it. This is kind of like a more chill and lax game, and I understand some of you guys might not like that, but some people do. So if you were disappointed with this game, don't worry. worry because I have more games that are action-packed that's coming later down the video. But before I mention the next game, if you want to find even more fun Roblox games to play, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'll be making more of these. But enough yapping, let me introduce you to one of the best games to play with friends. Descent, a horror game. So I heard it's a lot like Lethal Company, but I've never played Lethal Company because all I do is play Roblox. I'm the Roblox man. Or I'm never saying that again. But basically, you and your friends go down the elevator and collect as many valuables as you can, and you have to bring them back to your elevator to sell them. And as you go down more and more, the quota increases, so you have to bring back more and more valuables to make it challenging. But the catch is that several different creatures try to kill you while you're busy collecting materials, so you have to have a strategy. But I have to warn you that these monsters that try to kill you aren't just typical AI that chases you around. They have some specific mechanics. Like for example, this stupid little mannequin that only stops moving when you stare at it. So sometimes this thing might catch you off guard, and that's never fun. Oh, what the flip? But as I said earlier, this game is super fun with friends. So if you don't have any, that might be a problem. But don't worry because I have a solution. My Discord server has an entire forum with hundreds of people looking for people to play Roblox with. So if you don't have any friends, be sure to join my server if you want to make new friends or find people to play with. Okay, with that out the way, the last game I have on this list is one you could play for hours and hours without getting bored. This game is Combat Initiation. This is a game you play with a group of friends or just random people that you find, and this is basically just a wave-based game. So basically every wave there's like NPCs that spawn and you have to fight it off. But what makes this game different is the amount of mechanics that goes into it, the theme, the bosses, the NPCs itself, just the overall game quality. But I think what I love the most is the weapons. There's 6 classic weapons to choose from, and you can upgrade those weapons into a stronger version with an entirely different mechanic with ticks that you get from completing waves. But you also get gears. For example, this rocket boost thing, I don't know what the name is, but it makes me fly. Like, how cool is that? So overall, there's just so many combinations of weapons and gears that you can try out in this game. Trust me guys, when I say you have to try this game out, you have to try this game out. Like, as I was recording this game for gameplay, I usually only record for about 10 to 20 minutes, but this footage went for an hour straight because the time went by so fast and I was having so much fun. So I had a great time, but my storage is definitely not going to thank me for that. So if I had to rate this game, I would give this game a monster score of 8.7 out of 10. Love the difficulty of this game, love the amount of builds you can have, and it is a game you can play for hours and hours straight, but it doesn't get a 9 or a 10 because for me personally, I'm only going to play this game 2 to 3 times per week. It's not a game that I would play constantly day after day after day. But there you go guys, you got 5 different unique Roblox games to play when you're bored. But if you want even more games to play, check out this video where I go over 7 actually fun Roblox games that you can play when you're bored.